Dear friends, today the remaining figures of speech we are going to discuss the figures of speech concerned. I have completed regarding this 5 classes and 5 parts. It is the part number 6. In this part we are going to discuss 3 figures of speech. Already in the 5 parts we have completed the figures of speech belongs to a simile, a metaphor, a personification and metonymy, apostrophe, hyperbole, synecdoche, transferred epithets, euphemism, irony or sarcasm, pun, epigram, antithesis. Today this class is from oxymoron. In this session I am going to explain you, and the detailed explanation will be given by me in this session. 3 figures of speech I will explain you. Those are oxymoron, lighter T's, interrogation. These 3 figures of speech I would like to explain you. Please listen carefully. The first one, this is the 6th part or 6th class related to our figures of speech, a major topic in the literature, English literature. This one is oxymoron. Oxymoron, there is a definition here. It is a figure of speech which combines 2 seemingly contradictory. Contradictory is more important in this figure of speech. Incongruous. Incongruous. What is the meaning of incongruous? Means a disagreement or disharmony. Incongruous. Not related. Not agreement. Disagreement. Incongruous. Incongruous words for sharp emphasis. That is more important here. Emphasis or effect. Darkness visible. Darkness is visible. We may be visible. It has been seen. But in the darkness we cannot see anything. It is contradictory words, or we should emphasize on congruous words. Contradictory means different agreement, different harmony. This is the oxymoron figure of speech, and we will discuss about the oxymoron, the figure of speech. Please try to concentrate on this figure of speech through the examples and the introduction part, and explain in detail to understand without confusion, without puzzled. Dear students, please concentrate before going to start this. Once again, everyone, I wish you good morning. Dear students, oxymoron is a figure of speech in which apparently contradictory terms appear in conjunction. For example, faithful kept him falsely true. Falsely true. Falsy, falsely true. False means it is not true, and true, falsely true. It is a contradictory words. It is in opposite direction. These 2 words are coming together. That is the oxymoron. It is a oxymoron. The definition, the introduction you should understand first of all, and then through the example we have a clear about that figure of speech. It is a combination of contradictory and incongruous words. Incongruous words such as cruel kindness. Cruel is entirely different to the kindness, and broadly something that made up of contradictory elements. It is an oxymoron is a figure of speech containing words that seem to contradict each other. Falsely true, cruel kindness, contradictory each other. As with other rhetorical devices, It is also oxymoron is used for variety of purposes. Variety of purposes. Sometimes they are used to create a little bit drama for the reader. It creates the drama among the minds of the reader. Sometimes they are played this role, oxymorons. The writer selected the oxymoron. Sometimes they are used to make stop and think. The reader stop and think. What that is to laugh or wonder. It is belongs to laughter or the wonder. For example, perfect perfection. Perfect perfection. You should understand through the explanation. After the listening and watching this class, then you should refer the books and you should clear cut understand. That is my humble request to all of you who are listening the classes regularly. But oxymoron, defining characteristic of an oxymoron, combining words or phrases that have opposite in meaning, opposite in meaning, opposite in meaning. Because of this, an oxymoron is often referred to a contradiction terms. That is more important. Contradiction terms. Contradiction terms. That oxymoron is referring to a contradiction terms. That means you should understand contradictory terms. That means they are not meant to be taken literally. We are not taken literally. Instead of, meaning should be derived from the context in which an oxymoron is used. A common oxymoron is the phrase, the same difference, the same difference, the same difference, the same difference. That means the same difference. It is both contradictory words. These are both contradictory words. This phrase qualifies as an oxymoron because the words same and difference have opposite in meaning. Opposite in meaning. Bringing them together. We should bringing them together. The writer, the author, bringing them together into one phrase. It is only one phrase. They come by the side of each other. Besides, bringing them together into one phrase can produce that one phrase only one phrase can produce verbally puzzling yet engaging effect. The reader may be puzzled. The reader may be confused, ambiguous mood. It is likely to have used or at least heard a few oxymorons in our everyday life. We are all listening in oxymorons in everyday conversations. Opposite or contradictory ideas or terms are combined. That is more important. Opposite or contradictory ideas or terms, these terms are combined as a single phrase. That is more important. Oxymoron, we are going to discuss this figure of speech. Many writers have been using their writings enormously, this figure of speech, oxymoron. Some phrases I will explain you regarding to oxymoron. Only phrases, then I will explain you examples also. Some phrases are the thunderous silence. Thunderous means disturbance. Disturbance. Silence. This is one phrase. Both contradictory words, I will explain you one phrase. It is stated one phrase, thunderous silence. It is an oxymoronic explanation. Oxymoronic way of speaking. Sweet sorrow. Sorrow is difficult. What is the sweet? Sweet sorrow, contradictory words. Living death. These are also contradictory words, opposite words. Living death. Noiseless sound. Is entirely different. Noiseless sound. Noiseless sound. Noiseless sound. That pleasing pain. Pain is not pleasing. But we are oxymoron words have been vocabulary has been using. That is the we should understand the oxymoron. A contradictory words come as a phrase. It comes as a phrase. For example, two words used together that seem to have opposite meaning. It is a phrase or statement that seem to say two opposite things. For example, agree to disagree. Heavy lightness, serious vanity. These are the oxymorons. Serious vanity, serious vanity. Sick health, cold fire, sick health, cold fire. Delighted sorrow, delighted sorrow. These are the phrases regarding to oxymoron phrases. Accidentally on purpose, accurate estimate, act naturally, advanced beginner, and almost exactly, alone together, amazingly awful, approximately equal, bittersweet, calculated risk, random order. Random is entirely opposite order, orderly. Magical realism, exact estimate, clearly confused. Wise fool, opposite. Wise fool is a one phrase. Silent scream, scream is a disturbance. Controlled chaos, chaos means also disturbance. Only choice, student to teacher. Student teacher is an oxymoron phrase. The writer has been using so many oxymorons in their writing. Thus, the reader may be confused or puzzled to understand that context. The comedian was seriously funny. Funny, it is opposite of serious. Some boards are there, indication boards are there in the when we are traveling somewhere. Stop, keep moving. First of all, stop. Then moving, stop and moving are both contradictory words and opposite words. They have written on the board, display board is there on the road in somewheres. Stop, keep moving. You wait some time and then you keep moving. That is the meaning of that oxymoron. There is a real love-hate. Love-hate both are opposite contradictory words. The love-hate relationship between the two of them. Two guys are there, two persons are there, two lovers are there. Their relation, what kind of the relation? Their relation is a real love-hate relationship. What type of the relationship? This is a expression oxymoronly. Oxymoronic statement. This is a. Their relationship is a real love relationship between two them, between two lovers. Love hate relationship. This is called love-hate relationship. Before we are discussing about this oxymoron, one of the major figure of speech which is used by the most of the writers, and we should understand to the examples. Now I am saying about the explaining about the only phrases which belongs to the oxymoron. The usage means that oxymoron phrase should be used in a meaningful sentence. We construct a meaningful sentence, meaningful statement. Through that we have been understanding what is the oxymoron, the figure of speech, how did they express the sentence, what is the internal meaning, figurative meaning, what is there. For example, my sister, I both had a friendly fight over the lipstick. Friendly fight. Friendly is entirely different opposite fight. But we are engaging a friendly fight over the lipstick. That is one of the example. Friendly fight. It is not possible to write all these things. It may take more and more time. That's why I am not able to write on the screen. You should understand this problem. And next one is through the example, one more. You look awfully pretty. In the coat, in the dress, you are look awfully pretty. Pretty means beautiful or handsome, but awfully is entirely different opposite meaning. For example, the carpenter left the bench completely unfinished. That means he is not completed that bench. He doesn't make that bench. The carpenter left the bench completely unfinished. That means completely not finished, not completed. That is the statement. It belongs to oxymoron. Oxymoron is contradictory words. Contradictory words, it apparently contradictory terms appeared as a one phrase. One phrase, you use as a one phrase by the side of that, the word comes by the side of the contradictory word. The new kittens enjoyed. Kittens means a babies of the cat. Kittens, young ones of the cat. The new kittens enjoyed being alone together. Alone together. Alone together. That's the meaning. That is the explanation of the oxymoron. True fiction is my favorite genre to read. True fiction. Fiction is not a real. It is a imagination. But true is a real. But true fiction is my favorite genre to read. That is the oxymoron statement. We express in oxymorons. The reader, the writer, the author expressed their views in sometimes sometimes they are using this type of the figure of speech in their readings. It is considered a false truth that a broken mirror means bad luck. In our houses, we are our parents, our elders are saying that if the mirror has broken, it indicates a bad luck. It may be happen in the bad things in our family, but it is not a true. It is not a true. It is only the elders, the old people. They said like that. That means mirror may be broken. It may come in our family a bad luck situations. That is a superstition. But it is considered a false truth. It is not a true, false truth. False is entirely different from truth, opposite words are contradictory words. What is the false truth in our family, in our society? A broken mirror means bad luck. It indicates the bad luck in our family. That is the false truth. That is the oxymoron statement. For example, he considers himself to be a ladies. He considers himself to be a ladies. When he is acting a club, when he is acting in a club, when you are in the club, he is in the club, he himself as a ladies. That is the oxymoron step. He ate the whole piece of pea. Whole piece of pea. Peanut. Whole piece. Whole piece. Whole piece. It is opposite contradictory words. True lies, some of the films are there, some of the writings are there, some of the titles are there. They have framed the titles, film titles, songs titles, poems titles. For example, a picture is there in an American film. The name of the film is True Lies. The name of the film is True Lies. T-R-E, True Lies. L-I-E-S. That is the name of the picture. True Lies. That is American film. Pretty Ugly, both are contradictory words. This book is written by Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard, a famous writer, has written the Pretty Ugly. That is the name of the book. That is the oxymoron statement. Walking Dream. This is a American document film. Walking Dream. Cruel kindness drew me near and held me close. Cruel kindness. Inside Out song, a lyric. This is one of the lyric Inside Out song. Ordinary riches can be stolen. Real riches cannot. It is one of the title written by the Oscar Wilde. Ordinary riches can be stolen. Real riches cannot. Ordinary riches can be stolen. Real riches cannot be stolen. Real riches. Real. Ordinary, real. Real. That means oxymoron is a contradictory words, and these are more important. This is the most important figure of speech. It is a common oxymoron. You see, it is a phrase. The same difference is one of the phrase. It qualifies because the words same and difference have opposite meaning. Opposite meaning. Bringing them together into one phrase, it is likely to have used, at least we had oxymorons in day-to-day life. We are using oxymorons, but we don't know it belongs to particular figure of speech. We have no idea. When we learnt, we studied all these figure of speech, then only we should understand which statement as belongs to the which figure of speech. We should find out. That is easy to find out then only. Then after completion of the figure of speech oxymoron, we go to the next figure of speech is light is one pronunciation, lightot is the one more pronunciation. Both are correct pronunciation, good pronunciation. Lightot is means it is the opposite of hyperbole. Already we have discussed hyperbole, exaggerate statement, more than we say. Here an affirmative to conveyed by negation of the opposite. He is no dullard, that means he is clever. For example, they have given the example here, he is no dullard, that means he is a sharp boy, he is a bright boy, he is a good boy, he is an excellent boy, he is clever. That means we should give the statement negative statement, negative adjective. Adjective has been used with not or no. That statement is called lightot is. Lightot is one of the major figure of speech, important figure of speech. Lightot is. It is commonly used figure of speech, important figure of speech, which is asked in many competitive examinations. They are given one statement. What type of the figure of speech this statement belongs to, they have been asked. They have given the options also, 4 choices, 4 options also. That means we should understand the litotes through the definition, through the introduction or explanation, and then we go to the examples also of phrases also. The litot is a figure of speech. It is a Greek origin word. It is a simple or plain. The meaning of the simple and plain. It is a form of verbal irony. In the understatement, we give understatement to emphasis a point by stating a negative to further affirm to positive. A positive often incorporated double negatives. We should use double negatives. That is more important. Double negatives we have to use in this. It is opposite of hyperbole. These statements belongs to the opposite of hyperbole. For example, she has having a bad day. It is a normal statement. This statement we should express in the hypothesis, litotes. How should we explain? She was having a bad day. That statement, it is a normal statement, is as usual statement, a common statement. That statement has been explained by me. How did I explain in litotes? She was not having the best day. She was not have double negatives. Not having the best day means she was having a bad day. That is the meaning of. That is the internal meaning of the litotes statement. She was not having the best day. That means she was having a bad day. That is the litotes. It is used intentionally, personally. It is used understatement. It is also called understatement to create an ironic effect. Ironic effect, sarcastic effect, funny way. Ironic effect or funny way, we should explain the litotes. Litotes is explained the ironic effect. They also double negative statement. We should remember that statement. Litotes statement, how to find out in examination, how to speak in the public or day-to-day life. Double negative statement. Since they confirm one idea by negating the opposite. Understatement for the rhetorical effect, especially when achieved using a negation with a term in place of using an antonym of the term. As in antonym, using antonym, without using antonym, we should use a negation, a negative sentence, without using antonym. Without using antonym. For example, I will already explain you. She was not having the best day means good day. Here the best is a superlative degree. Already we should use the good is a positive degree. Bad, worse, worst. Bad, worse, worst. Bad, worse, worst. It is a superlative degree. They are using the bad. We are also using the positive degree, not the superlative degree. She was not having the good day. That means she was having a bad day. We should not using the opposite word. With the same word, with the negative, we utter the statement. That is more important. Litotes means understatement. For example, you take one example to understand. She was not a little upset. It is a litotes statement. Not a little upset means she was extremely upset. She was extremely upset. That is the meaning of the common sentence, common statement. We should understand through the examples of litotes. Litotes opposite of hyperbole. Opposite of hyperbole. Hyperbole is opposite of hyperbole, the great one of the most important figurative speech. For example, my mother's cook or cooking or her cooking is not terrible. Is not terrible exactly means my mother's cooking is not terrible exactly. Not terrible. Terrible means indirectly he said. He said in a common sentence, it is actually great, it is very delicious, it is very good. That statement we should express through our litotes figurative language. Her cooking is not terrible exactly. That means it is exactly great, it is exactly good, it is delicious. He has preparing that foods, all the dishes. That is the meaning of the litotes. Litotes is, for example, we take the Ireland is no ordinary country. It is not an ordinary country. But what is that? Already it is a litotes statement, a figurative language we have been used here. Generally, what is a common sentence? Ireland is a special country. That is the statement. That statement used a double negative. Ireland is no ordinary country. What is the meaning of that? Ireland is a special country. Ireland is a special country. Ordinary is opposite to special. Geoffrey is a great writer in English language. Geoffrey, that name has been placed. One of the person has named that way. That name, Geoffrey. This is not rocket science. I give the litotes statement. Geoffrey, this is not rocket science. That means, what is the meaning of it is not easy. It is not easy. It is very difficult. It is not easy. For example, your commentary on their relationship. We are discussing one of the couple relationship. On the time I will tell my friend, your commentary on their relationship was less than smart. Less than smart. It is not, it was a stupid commentary. It is not a reasonable comment on their relationship. Less than smart means. For example, in truth, I cannot argue with any of your assertions. I cannot argue with any of your assertions. I cannot argue with any of your assertions means, I cannot argue means I agree with your every assertion. Cannot argue means I agree. That is the meaning of. That is the common expression. In lightweight, it is how did we express? In truth, I cannot argue with any of your assertions. Actually, I agree all your assertions. I agree with you. I agree with you. I cannot argue. Because I cannot argue without arguing, that means what is that situation, context? I agree with you. That is the meaning of the litotes. What is the meaning of the figurative speech litotes? He is not unlike his brother, elder brother. He is not unlike to his elder brother. I utter our statement. I made a statement. What is that meaning? He is not unlike means he is similar. He is similar to his elder brother. He resembles his elder brother. He looks like his elder brother. In lightout it is in figurative language. How should we express? He is not unlike his elder brother. That means he resembles to his elder brother. He looks like his elder brother. He is similar to his elder brother. That is the meaning of that one. For example, they spent 7 months apart. Apart means far away. That is no small amount of time. It is no small amount of time means that is a long time. They spent say 7 months apart. That is a long time. No small amount of time is a litote statement. In common statement, it is that meaning of the sentence is they are spending 7 months apart means that period is a long time. They felt like that. This statement expressed in a litote it is figuratively, that is no small amount of time. They spent 7 months apart. That is the litote it is figurative language. We should use in day-to-day life. We all the public, all the persons in everyday life, day-to-day life, we are using all these statements, but we don't know these statements belongs to litote it is figure of speech. For example, large crowds of people are not my cup of tea. What is the meaning of the cup of tea? Large cup of tea. Here one statement I should clarify. A cup of tea. Cup of tea. What is the statement? Large crowds of people are not my cup of tea. Large statement of people, large crowds of people are not my cup of tea means I dislike them. I dislike the large crowds of people. I am not interested. I am irritated when we see large crowd of the people. That is the meaning of it. That is the figurative meaning. Large crowds of people are not my cup of tea means I dislike the large crowd of people. I am not interested to see the large crowd of people. That is the meaning of that expression is a litote expression, a figurative language. We are using a figurative language in day-to-day life, in everyday life. Even a common man is using. For example, they don't exactly have an ordinary relationship. Two close friends are there. We utter a statement, we made a statement about them. What is that? Those friends don't exactly have an ordinary relationship. They have no ordinary relationship. That means ordinary, what is the opposite of ordinary? They are special. Their relationship is different. Their relationship is special. Their relationship is an extraordinary. That is the meaning of the litotes statement. It is a herbal irony. It is an understatement to emphasize to point of stating a negative to further affirm a positive, often incorporating double negatives. You should understand the double negatives, litotes statement. That is the my explanation about the litotes. I hope you should clear about the litotes. And then we go to the next figure of speech. The most important is it is already commonly using many persons by the in our public or society. That interrogation, we know interrogation, one kind of the sentence. We have the 4 kinds of the sentences, classification of sentences, different kinds of the sentences. How many kinds of sentences in our English language? There are mainly 4 kinds of sentences. One is the statement, affirmative, assertive sentence. First assertive, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory. There are 4 kinds of sentences in English language. Affirmative is also called declarative sentence, a statement. It is either positive statement, negative statement. Positive statement is called affirmative statement. A negative statement. Interrogative statement, interrogative sentence and imperative sentence, and then last one is the exclamatory sentence. This is the 4 kinds of sentence. Among the 4 kinds of the sentence, interrogation, it is not a interrogative sentence. Interrogation is one of the figure of speech. What is the difference between the interrogation and the interrogative? Interrogation figure of speech different from the interrogative sentence. Do you know the difference between the interrogation figure of speech? Interrogation figure of speech is entirely different from the interrogative sentence. For example, they have given one of the definition or the explanation here. What is that? Interrogation. This is a rhetorical mode of affirming or denying something more strongly than could be done in ordinary language. Rhetorical mode, we should remember that word. Rhetorical mode, denying something more strongly than could done in ordinary language. Who is here so base? That would be a bondman. Bondman means so base. Bondman. What is the meaning of a bondman? Do you know the meaning of the bondman? Bondman is a slave. Bondman is a slave. Base. Agreeing with the consenting or a statement or request. A male slave, bondman, to service without wages. That is the meaning of bondman. That means, who is here so base, not having moral principles or rules. Base means, what is the meaning of the base? What is the meaning of the base? Not moral, not having moral principles or rules. That type of person has base. That person would be a bondman. Bondman means a slave. He is servicing without wages. That is the meaning of that interrogation. Figurative language, interrogation. It is interrogative. WH word is there. WH word is there. Interrogative pronoun is there. There are 4 pronouns are there, interrogative pronouns mainly. who, whom, whose, which. This is interrogative pronoun, one kind of the pronoun. Who is here? So base means not having moral principles or rules. That would be a bondman. That type of man became a bondman. A bondman means a slave to serve without wages. It is a rhetorical mode. Affirming, denying. Affirming means agreeing, accepting. Denying means reject something more strongly than could done in ordinary language. In ordinary language, we should not use. We should use a strong language. That's why who is here so base, that would be a bondman. That is the statement of the interrogation figure of speech. Interrogation figure of speech. Interrogation figure of speech. We should interrogation. This one, interrogation figure of speech, is entirely different to interrogative sentence. Entirely different to interrogative sentence. That means we are using this figure of speech in many writings by the authors, by the writers. A rhetorical mode of affirming, denying something more strongly. Affirming means accepting emphatically, then could be done in ordinary language. When a rhetorical question is asked simply for a dramatic effect, it is only a dramatic effect we are using simply, rather than to elicit answer. Elicit, E-L-I-C-I-T, elicit. What is the elicit? To draw, to extract the answer. It is not the important to get the answer. Our intention is, why are you interrogating some person? Our intention to get the suitable answer, to suitable solution from them. The police are interrogating some of the criminals. They get some information from them. But those are the interrogative sentences. But the interrogation figure of speech is not concerned, is not belongs to draw the, to elicit an answer. We should not want the answer. We should emphasis, emphatically could be done. We should not use ordinary language. Strongly. For example, am I an idiot? Am I an idiot to fall for all your lies? That is emphatically statement. How should you say that statement? How should you utter that statement? Interrogative, figurative speech. Am I an idiot to fall for your all lies? That means I am the responsible, I am only responsible for all your lies. That is the meaning of that one. This is, for example, this same question, interrogative sentence. Who is an idiot to fall your lies? That is the interrogative statement, interrogative sentence. But interrogative figurative language is, am I an idiot to fall off for all your lies? All your lies? I am only a responsible person to fall for all your lies. That is the example. You should understand interrogative figurative language. Who do you think you are acting that way? Who do you think you are acting that way? That is the interrogative figurative language. But interrogative figurative language is, it is a literary device in which statement is used in form of a question. It is a form of a question. Its construction, its formation is a form of a question. In order to understand the idea or meaning with rhetorical force, rhetorical strength, strongly assert, it is the purpose is not to ask the question. It is not a purpose to ask the question. But why did you ask? To make emphasis upon the statement. Emphasis, that is more important. Emphasis upon the statement. In this form of interrogation, a question is asked not with the expectation of the answer. We should not expect the answer. But why should we ask? To emphasize, to express a self-evident truth. We confirm for the confirmation, a self-evident truth. That is the meaning of the interrogative figurative speech. You should understand through the example. Examples are abundant examples, so many examples, innumerable examples we have been using. Then only we should understand all the figures of speech, not only this interrogation. And this is the asking a question. We are asking a question not for the sake of getting an answer. This is the explanation. We are asking the question for not getting the answer. That is the interrogative figure of speech. But to put a point out more effectively, that is more important. For example, this is my own, my native land. Here some examples are there. What is the example? One example. Here is so base that would be a bondman. That is one of the example they have given interrogative figure of speech. A baseman. What is a base? A baseman is not follow the having moral values or moral principles. Baseman. Bondman means slave. I have already explained you. Who is here so vile? Vile means V-I-L-E, vile. What is the meaning of the vile in this context? It is an adjective form. It has been used an adjective in this context, in this sentence. Who is here so vile? Vile means extremely unpleasant. That will not love his country. That type of guy, that type of the person, he does not love his country. What type of the person? Who is here so vile, not live, vile. Vile means extremely unpleasant person. That type of person will not love his country. That is the interrogative figurative language. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? That is interrogative figurative language. Can you imagine that? Interrogative figurative language. If you poison us, do we not die? If you poison us, do we not die? This is emphasis. If you poison us, do we not die? We express interrogative in figurative language. For example, aren't you ashamed of yourself? The mode is a construction is it is a type of interrogative sentence, but statement is entirely different. The meaning, the sense is different. This is emphasis statement. It is an emphasis statement. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? That is the example of that to clear your doubts regarding to figure of speech interrogation. In this class, I have completed 3 figures of speech. Those are oxymoron, light at ease, interrogation. I have completed 3 figures of speech. Remaining figures of speech, I will meet you again in next class tomorrow. Until all of you, goodbye and good luck, all the best. Once again, my dear listeners, my dear learners, my dear disciples who are watching my videos, You should, my explanation is more, writing on the screen is not possible. You should listen carefully. Then only you refer some books regarding to figures of speech. That is more important. Thank you, one and all. Goodbye.